The Palm Beach Civic Association brings you Palm Beach TV, the island's only newscast. We're sponsored by the Fortin Foundation of Florida. Our mission is to inform town residents about the unique challenges of island life and to highlight the actions and achievements of our leaders and the dynamic people who live here. Now the news.
Welcome to Palm Beach TV. I'm Wendy Rutledge. You may have heard about this ship docked here at the port of Palm Beach. It was issued a no-sail order by the Coast Guard last week. Well, this raises questions once again about the safety of this newly refurbished ship that is actually not so new. It's a sail day for the newly renovated and rebranded Margaritaville at Sea. And though less than a week earlier, this ship was ordered to stay in port until certain unspecified repairs were made, this young traveler is ready to go.
I mean, I'm always nervous about boats anyway, maybe Titanic, but I think I have pretty good trust.
This 31-year-old ship, formerly known as the Grand Classica, has just undergone extensive renovations under its new Margaritaville ownership, the brand made famous by singer-songwriter Jimmy Buffett. New cabins, fixtures, mattresses, paint, carpets, and of course, a whole new look. But just days ago, Palm Beach Civic Association Director Bob Haluba shot this video. The ship spewing toxic black smoke, the same problem this North End resident and many others have observed for years.
I just want to see the Bahama Paradise Cruise Line Company operate the Grand Celebration and the Grand Classica in the same fashion of compliance with U.S. smokestack emissions for cruise ships as the vessels and the operators out of Port Everglades and Port Miami do under U.S. Coast Guard oversight and testing.
While it is clear the ship has been upgraded cosmetically, it is not clear whether any refurbishing of its decades-old engines has occurred, which may explain the ongoing issue with smoke emissions. This concern prompted the Palm Beach Civic Association to compose a letter just weeks ago to the U.S. Coast Guard, highlighting the continuing spew of soot and asking for transparency with regard to inspections of the ship. Palm Beach TV has requested an interview with the Coast Guard, but so far has heard no response. Though Haluba was unavailable for comment in person, he offered this question. For over 40 years, Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville has stood in the forefront of environmental activism. Now, Margaritaville at Sea, while moored in the port of Palm Beach, is spewing soot, compromising everyone's health from engines long overdue for retirement, he asks? A question so far unanswered. As to the reason for the Coast Guard's no-sail order last week, the Coast Guard issued a public statement citing safety conditions that needed to be rectified, which, since this ship is set to sail, we are led to believe those so far unspecified safety hazards have been fixed. Another issue affecting life in and around the Lake Worth Lagoon is a proposal by the city of Riviera Beach to create a mooring field for about 100 boats right off the southern tip of Peanut Island.
Feedback that I've received on this is the residents of the town of Palm Beach are vehemently against the mooring field out in the intercoastal.
Though council was friendly to Riviera Beach consultant John Sprague.
Mr. Sprague, you are here. I want you to know that we are not a hostile group.
The response on hearing the plans of Riviera Beach, already a year in the making, to create a mooring field where boat owners could rent buoys and tie up, sometimes living aboard and sometimes just parking their boats, was roundly rejected.
Given the fact that you're going to be plunking down at our doorstep if this project goes through, pretty significant community of people who will be drinking and laughing and going to the bathroom and undertaking a whole series of activities that are likely to affect us in a very bad way.
Mr. Sprague spoke to council about the need for mooring.
We can't build enough splits. Somebody that represents the industry as well, we got a severe problem in water access for the public as we move forward, and we're moving 1,000 people a day in the state of Florida.
To which town manager Kurt Bluen countered that the plan would place a law enforcement burden on the town.
Couldn't imagine having 100 plus boats in this area and the type of complaints that that's going to generate. I would have to probably hire 4 or 5 more officers just to handle the complaints in that area.
There was literally no support on the council desk for the proposed mooring field off Peanut Island, a sentiment so strong, council asked the mayor to write not just to Riviera Beach about its opposition to the plan, but to Representative Frankel and Governor DeSantis as well.
We need to send, let everyone know that should know how strongly, vehemently we object to Riviera Beach putting a mooring field for profit in front of our home.
It's been kind of quiet on this end of Worth Avenue ever since the closure of Neiman Marcus back in September of 2020. But that's about to change. The word is out, and a big player is moving in. Out with the old and in with the new. Ken Griffin's Citadel hedge fund will eventually occupy offices on the second floor of the vacant Neiman Marcus building on the east end of Worth Avenue. This confirmed by a source very close to the management at the $50 billion+ fund, which memorably took over the entire Four Seasons Palm Beach for about a year during COVID.
We needed a place in which to site our market-making business, where we're responsible for about 1 in 4 trades that happen in America every day, and we open about half the stocks on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange every day. So as my son put it, the Four Seasons Palm Beach became the South Florida Stock Exchange.
According to Town Council President Maggie Zeidman, who is out of town, she tells me that she's pleased but not surprised. Quote, Palm Beach has unmatched cachet, and more importantly, Mr. Griffin is a resident. This news comes on the heels of the Citadel announcement that it will relocate its corporate headquarters from Chicago to Miami, building a new high-rise on Brickell to house 200+ employees there. As for Palm Beach, the ground floor of the old Neiman's will be transformed to a mix of dining and retail, a prospect that delights new neighbor down the road, Jimmy Boronak, owner of Finley Galleries and a sponsor of the Palm Beach Civic Association Studio 33480. Borniak saying, quote, hopefully that means the existing ground floor will bring a variety of tasteful and highly regarded retail to brighten the ocean block of Worth Avenue. Our source tells us the timetable for the Citadel rollout in Palm Beach hasn't been announced yet. Stay tuned. It is our honor, the Palm Beach Civic Association's honor, to co-partner with the Palm Beach Citizens Association to award a scholarship to a deserving student.
This year's recipient is Reagan Pierre, the daughter of Dion Lightbourne.
Palm Beach Gardens High School senior Reagan Pierre is the daughter of town employee Dion Lightbourne. Reagan's stellar GPA, her volunteer work, and her ambition to major in biochemistry and one day work in medical research were all qualities worthy of this recognition. On behalf of the Palm Beach Citizens and Civic Associations, we salute Reagan Pierre and wish her well this fall when she will attend Agnes Scott College. That wraps up Palm Beach TV. Thank you, as always, so much for watching, and we will see you next time right here on Palm Beach TV, a production of the Palm Beach Civic Association.
Palm Beach TV is a production of the Palm Beach Civic Association. We thank our sponsor, the Fortin Foundation of Florida, and encourage you, our viewers, to let us know how we can provide news coverage that best serves our members and residents.